Once overflowing rivers are becoming ones that can be crossed by foot. Fast raging rivers begin to drag and flow slowly. Freighting across some is becoming more impossible, and artifacts buried within some are beginning to surface. How did Europe's largest river get to this point, and what do scientists have to say about it? Stay with us till the end to find out. Europe has seen deadly heat waves and severe droughts this summer. The results of this are severe. Concerning the heat waves, excessive deaths have increased dramatically this summer by the thousands. Full lakes are completely dry, spoiling summertime activities and endangering entire ecosystems and industries. The continent's major rivers, which provide water for drinking and agriculture and serve as vital routes for carrying freight, are drying up. 4 of Europe's main rivers and tributaries are completely dry in some places and extremely low in others. Climate breakdown has caused Europe's vital waterways to become increasingly hot and under-refilled due to an extremely dry winter, spring, record-breaking summer, and frequent heat waves. The drought in Western, Central, and Southern Europe may become the worst the continent has seen in more than 500 years, according to meteorologists, who also predict no major precipitation in the foreseeable future. Which rivers are drying up? The Danube River, Rhine River, Loire River, and Po River are 4 of the largest rivers in Europe that are drying up. The Danube River. Numerous cities, including the little Romanian port of Zimnicheia on the Bulgarian border, rely on the 1,800-mile Danube River, which snakes its way from the Black Forest in Germany to the Black Sea in Romania, for their livelihood. However, the once mighty Danube has been depleted by this summer's epic drought and historic high temperatures, which are now in their 5th grueling month. This has upended everything that Zimnicheia's residents, port workers, farmers, the shipping industry, anglers, restaurant owners, and families had depended on for generations to survive. Never in recent memory has the river been so low, leaving broad stretches of the riverbed exposed along Zimnicheia's shorelines, with the dead mollusks serving as evidence of the terrible damage done to the riverine life. This river flows through many nations, including Austria and Bulgaria, Germany, Hungary, Moldova, Romania, Serbia, Slovakia, Ukraine, and Croatia. For thousands of years, the Danube River has played a significant role in European trade and travel. It also offers these nations drinking water and hydropower for electric power. The Rhine River. Graubünden in Switzerland is where the Rhine River begins. It finishes in the Atlantic Ocean's North Sea. The river runs over 765 miles. Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Germany, France, and the Netherlands are among the countries it goes through. The Rhine is a crucial river for shipping goods. Key cities with important ports for the area include Cologne, Rotterdam, and Basel. Although long-awaited rain has started to relieve bottlenecks along Europe's primary commercial waterway, water levels on the Franco-German part of the Rhine River are so low that some vessels cannot travel even when empty. Weeks of European drought have exacerbated supply chain issues, since ships had to reduce their loads to fit through canals with low water levels. However, the decline in the Rhine's water level is not a new issue. It was considerably lower in 2018. Although at the time it wasn't as big of a deal because the market for raw materials was relatively calm and supply chain interruptions were minimal until the COVID-19 outbreak. According to reports, Rhine shipping has doubled in the last 50 years, and inland canal volumes have grown enormously in the last 20 years due to the surge in global trade. The Loire River. The Loire River in France is well known for the stunning old castles that line its banks. It's crucial for the local tourism industry. This river originates in the massive Central Mountains and drains into the Bay of Biscay in the Atlantic Ocean in Saint-Nazaire. It travels through several significant French cities, including Nantes, Orléans, and Tours. The river supports a well-known wine-producing region and riverboat trips for visitors from all over the world to take in the breathtaking beauty. It's also crucial for freight ships to bring commodities into the nation closer to its mouth. The river, which is also well known for the hundreds of castles that line its banks, is a shallow river at best, but even its flat-bottomed tourist barges can barely manage waters severely depleted by a record drought this year. Some 100 kilometers from where the Loire empties into the Atlantic Ocean, sandbanks run as far as the eye can see, enormous islands linked to the beach, and people may stroll from one side of the river to the other. The Po River. The Po, Italy's longest river, was once called the King of Rivers by Virgil because of its expanding girth. The countryside next to the river, the Padanian Plain, was so flat that the Po was often less of a river than a slow-moving marsh, always flooding land dozens of miles either side of its porous banks. The longest river in Italy is this one. It begins in a region known as the Cottian Alps of the southwestern Alps. The river spans more than 400 kilometers. It begins as a spring in the Val Po and ends near Venice at the Adriatic Sea. It travels through several well-known Italian cities, including Ferrara, Piacenza, and Turin. 35% of Italy's agricultural products are produced in the region that surrounds the river. Additionally, this valley is home to 1/3 of Italy's population. Additionally, it serves as the focal point for industrial pursuits like manufacturing and utilities. Hydroelectric electricity generated by the river is used to cool coal and oil power facilities. This summer, it's all but vanished in some regions. There was white gravel with Budleia where the huge river was supposed to be. Emilia-Romagna, Lombardy, Piedmont, Veneto, and Friuli-Venezia Giulia are the 5 northern regions where the Italian government has proclaimed a state of emergency. Water evaporates faster than it falls, so they had to close power plants, spas, and Milan's decorative fountains. Daytime hosepipe prohibitions are also in effect. How is the drying up of these rivers affecting Europe? These vital rivers are in some areas drying up due to the drought, impacting everything from business to tourist getaways. In some locations on the Loire, for instance, you may now walk across the largely dry riverbed, although it would have required quite the swim in the past. The local tourism industry is suffering a great deal. Perhaps more critically, nuclear power facilities that produce about 3/4 of France's electricity are cooled by the Loire River, which is also under risk along with the Rhone and Garonne rivers. To keep the power plants operating, France's regulatory bodies have already approved bending the rules for releasing hot water into water that is already warmer than typical. On the Rhine, barges that transport essentials to the area cannot pass due to shallow water depths below 40 centimeters. The already stressed supply chain is impacted by this. The barges need to carry lighter cargo when river levels are low, as they've been doing already. The circumstance raises shipping expenses, which raises product costs, which were already high recently owing to inflation. Costs are quite expensive if shipping along the Rhine must cease. Due to a severe drought in 2018, Germany lost around 5 billion euros due to having to close the Rhine to freight traffic for 6 months. The Po River in Italy is around 6.5 feet lower than normal. The area, which is generally wealthy in agriculture, is struggling. Crops of risotto, rice, and corn have been severely impacted by the drought. According to rice farmers, the drought has already ruined more than half of their 2022 crop. The Danube River's water reached a 25 degrees centigrade temperature. Most or all of the trout in the river would perish if they increased the temperature by just 1.5 degrees. The nations that border the Danube are making every effort to make things better for carrying cargo. The river has been dredged by Bulgaria, Serbia, and Romania. This procedure aids in maintaining or increasing the river's depth so that ships can pass. Archaeological remains are found amid these rivers. Historical artifacts that have been long hidden have been uncovered by the droughts. As the water levels dropped in Serbia, more than 20 long-sunken World War II vessels were discovered. On the plus side, the drought in Spain has allowed archaeologists to find the dolmen of Guadalparal. This stone circle dates back to 5000 BC. It's known as the Spanish Stonehenge. Since the 1960s, when a dam was erected and the area was flooded, it's been covered. Old Portimón, a submerged hamlet in Spain, has also reappeared. Low bridges from the Roman Empire have been revealed in Italy along the Tiber River. More intense weather continues to be brought on by climate change. People must learn how to adapt to drought and other extreme weather conditions in Europe and worldwide. But on the other hand, how many more relics are hidden under these rivers? Should more rivers be explored for archaeological remains? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for joining us today. Until next time we come your way, please keep liking and sharing our videos. And remember to subscribe to our channel for unfolding events worldwide. Bye for now.